Imagine your worst fear a reality. What's up, everybody? This is DVSRV's Red Right Hand Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA The Howling Ultimate Werewolf action figure. Now, to start things off, like I do with all my other videos, I like to talk about the figure and stuff and what it means to me, and before I open it. The Howling, for those that don't know, it's a werewolf movie from like the 80s. I just remember, I don't remember exact year, but I remember being a kid in the 90s and stuff, and then, having the Sci-Fi Channel on. Like, this movie was always on, The Howling, The Howling 2, The Howling 3. I just remember, and I think it was, I remember if it was Howling 3, but it had like I remember being really scared of that opening scene, because you just see like a girl running, and you can see from the camera that it's the werewolf that's chasing her, and she just keeps looking back until it finally catches up to her. I always thought that was, as a kid, I always thought that was a cool intro to a movie. But The Howling is one of those, it's like one of those movies that, it's not Jason, it's not Freddy, it's not Michael Myers, it's not Chucky, it's not Pinhead, but it's like one of those, like I put this in the group of like My Bloody Valentine and Black Christmas and a lot of those other movies, like The Burning. Like, I categorize them in that. This movie was never as popular as those other ones, but it had his own little group, I think, of that it belonged in. Now I'm going to show off a little bit of the packaging, and yes, that was my voice at the beginning of the video, believe it or not. So obviously the front has the cover of the movie poster from The Howling, like NECA does with all their Ultimates. The side just says The Howling, other side says The Howling, and the back just has a picture of the figure and some of the face portraits that it could come in, and you can swap in and out. So The Howling includes interchangeable heads, hands, display stand, and different length bows. And just like they do with all the other figures, is they give the credits to direction and development, Randy Falk, Stephen Falkins, cool guys. Sculpt, Kyle Wendricks, another cool guy. Paint, Jeffrey Trapp, another cool guy. Photography, Steven Mazurik, never met him. Packaging and graphic design, Chris Ramo, never met him. So yeah, like they do. I like how they credit all the artists, because all this stuff, I know it's an action figure, but this stuff's like art, and it takes a lot of time to make these things, and the people that make these things have to be really, really, really skilled to do so, and NECA has always had some of the best sculptors and painters and stuff in the business. And here, when you open it, it has the figure on the inside, like they do all the other NECA stuff, and it has here it has like the little bit promotional picture from when they first solicited the figure. Then here's the figure on the inside. And when I first saw this figure, the first thing that jumped out at me was the legs. I always thought the legs were really, really skinny. I was like, this thing's gonna be hard to stand. But it comes with a base, so you can put him on the base. So the base is right behind him, so that's good. So let's obviously he has the screaming portrait, and then he has the screaming bloody portrait, and then he just has the normal, snarling look. Which it would have been cool. I'm surprised they didn't do like the jaw hinge where you can just open the jaw and make him do that, which is, it's kind of weird. Normally they do those things, and this one they didn't. It just kind of pre-posed. Unless the jaw can move up and down, and I just can't see, but we'll find out. Now, out of the package is, a lot of people have been complaining about this figure, I've noticed, is that it's obviously a NECA Ultimate figure, and what that means is that it's the ultimate version of that figure, whether it's Jason, Michael Myers, or Freddy Krueger, or whatever. It's supposed to come with all these accessories, and they're kind of saying that, this one is an ultimate. This is a $50 figure. It's not cheap. This is $50. And it's not coming with a lot of accessories, but I mean, at the same time, he's a werewolf. What accessory? He doesn't wear armor. He's not using weapons. He's not, he's just a guy. He just turns into a werewolf and kills people. But so the price does suck. I'm not gonna lie. $50 is a lot for this figure. But it's a figure that it's a werewolf that I've always wanted from a movie that I like. So sometimes you got to bite the bullet on those things, and it does not feel good, and it sucks. And before someone says, oh, you're a shill because you paid for it, yeah, I don't feel good about it. I'm not proud of it, but it's a figure that I wanted, and hopefully it's not like a thing they're just gonna be doing all the time. Well, anyway, enough of the rambling, and here's the figure. Obviously, if you have werewolf figures, you know what to expect. With articulation, it's pretty much do the same thing, and I don't like the way that's stiff. I don't want to mess with it too much. Feels like it might snap. It is NECA after all. They have fixed their quality control issues a lot. But I'm still, you know, every now and then I still get worried. I haven't broken a NECA figure in a long time. I used to break them a lot. And I feel like the range on this guy's pretty good. He obviously has the ball on the waist. Look like he gave him a ball on the... I think he has... It's pretty good range right there. If you want to have him howling at the moon and stuff. So pretty much it has all the... If you hear scratching outside of my room, it's not a werewolf, it's my dog. She's trying to get in, she tries to come in, and then she tries to come out. It's like, she's a little puppy, she's old, so she's just gonna have to wait while I do this video. So yeah, so pretty much has all the NECA standard articulation you would think of. Smashed my finger at work, it's starting to go away a little bit, so it still hurts a little bit. So the head portrait set it comes with, it has the I guess screaming, snarling, do werewolves scream, howling, look, I said screaming, howling face. Then it has the same face but bloody this time, which I think this is the one I'm going to keep it with. And like I said earlier, I think it would have been nice if they could just had the mouth, like put a hinge on the jaw and just so the mouth can move. I don't think they needed to do a whole extra portrait, but whatever. I think it was just a thing they did just to add it and make it more ultimate, I guess. But wasn't really needed. It's literally the same face, just with the mouth different. And then it just comes with a couple extra set of hands, which just more open than the other ones. Pretty much the same hands, I guess. So I mean, there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to accessories and just a figure. I'm gonna compare him to some other werewolf figures that we've gotten, because there's been a lot of werewolf stuff coming out. And if you're a fan of werewolves, we've been eating well, because everyone seems to be doing them right now. So I'll bring out some so we can compare them. So obviously if you collect NECA figures, I'm sure you've seen this one, and this is the NECA Wolfman. I wish more figures came with these kind of stands. I know NECA includes them every now and then, but I like these stands better than the big old black ones that they do, because those take up a lot of space. They're cool, but they take up a lot of space. I wish they'd make them maybe like a medium size between this and the bigger ones would be cool. So this is him next to the Wolfman, which is another great figure. Big fan of the Universal Monsters, so if you collect those, you definitely have that one. Up next, I ranked this figure, for me, was figure of the year, I think last year for me in 2024. This is still one of my favorite figures. It's always going to be one of my favorite figures. I'm never going to get rid of this figure. Is the Maestro Union Fury Planet Veteran William, the white version. I don't remember the name of it. I think he had a name, but I just call him the white version. He has the chainsaw. So this guy's freaking awesome. He's probably my favorite werewolf figure I have. So this guy just makes this guy, and this figure was, I think this figure was like $100, and there was a sale on Amazon. I don't remember anymore, but I remember I got it for a really good price, so I jumped on it. So yeah, so this is him with the white version of Veteran William. Now next, I have him with a couple of werewolves that are some of my favorite werewolves. As you can tell, I like werewolves. Is the Gyarados from Loose Collector and the Morocco from Loose Collector, the blue version. So if you want these are some awesome werewolves. I know what you're thinking. You're gonna be like, why'd you review this figure but you haven't reviewed these? These are like way better. Yes, they are way better, but these are also way more expensive. And there's two other ones that I do not have. There's obviously the brown one and the blue one. There's a white one and a black one that I'm waiting on. Been pre-ordered. They came out earlier. I didn't get them. I wasn't into the line yet, and then I found out about these. So luckily, Loose Collector opened up a pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. So I have those two pre-ordered, hopefully any day now. It says August, so I'll have all four. Well, anyway, it's supposed to be the Howling review, right? So this is Gyarados, and this is Morocco. Now, one of the things I was really worried about when I was making this video was I was not going to be able to get him to stand. And notice I have him leaned up, but he's not gonna, he actually comes with a stand. So he comes with this stand right here. I'm dropping stuff. He comes with this stand. And it comes with this little, I guess it comes with a little ball joint, but it doesn't really have a whole lot of range. And I'm really not sure where this is supposed to go. You know, I guess it just goes on his tail. I'm thinking, yeah, I guess. It goes on his tail. I mean, it's fine. That's all it really needs, I guess. So it goes on his tail, and then he can just stand, and it's fine. So I was really worried about these ankles and the knees, but they seem pretty sturdy. They're not loose. I know sometimes some NECA stuff comes loose. I have a lot of Universal Monster stuff that was loose at the knees, and they kind of shelf dive every now and then. Also, if you're a collector, make sure you have carpet, some type of carpet. If you have hardwood floor or anything, try to put some carpet at the bottom of your, if you have displays and where figures could topple over, put some carpet. I'm not saying your figures won't break, but it will help it tremendously. Now that is my quick look at the Howling Ultimate Werewolf action figure from NECA. If you want to get this figure, I actually was looking for it for a while. I know the NECA store had some. I'm not buying from the NECA store from that whole debacle from last year. But I found this at Target. I've only seen it, I think, at 2 Targets since I found it. So I don't know if it's kind of hard to find at first. Like a lot of stuff from NECA in the beginning, it's hard to find, and then it's just everywhere. So this figure was one of the ones I'm looking forward to, anticipated. And also the Metaluna Mutant for Universal Monsters. That's the next thing I think is starting to trickle out. So I'm going to look for that one. But if you need get this, I mean, maybe the NECA store will get some restock, but last time I checked they were out of stock. I was just curious. They were out of stock last time I checked. Also, I think target.com may come in and out on the Target app, so you can check there. Now you can just go old school and just drive around to Targets and hope to find it, which is always, to me, is always the funnest thing, to drive around. You know, the pickup stuff's nice, the ordering online stuff's always nice, but like, it's not the same when you're looking for something, you've been looking for it, and then in that moment you're turning the corner and you see it standing there and staring at you in the aisle, in the toy aisle, collector aisle. That's like the best feeling when it comes to this hobby. It's probably a reason why we keep doing it. Well, anyway, this was Devious RV's Red Right Hand Reviews, and if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe if you want to. I try to put out as many videos as I can. You know, I'm busy with life stuff, and you know, it's kind of hard to do this all the time, but yeah, drop me a like and comment, and peace.